But of that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Matthew 24:36. When and why will the earth end? All things will come to an end. However, as stated in Matthew 24, verse 36, no one knows when, except God Himself. Why are we on earth? Why make the planet, the solar system, the universe? Only to destroy it. I am not going to tell you I have the answer to the age-old question. What is the meaning of life? No one does here on earth. But I believe that it is some kind of test. But is it a test for all, or just a few? Is this petri dish called earth just here to separate us? Matthew 13:24 says, Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field, but while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from? An enemy did this, he replied. The servants asked him, Do you want us to go and pull them up? No, he answered, because while you are pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned. Then gather the wheat and bring it into my barn. Have you ever had a bruise or rotten spot on an apple or banana? That can be easily remedied with a knife or similar instrument to cut out the spot and throw it away. But, see what you did, you cut out all of the bad and even some good edible stuff with it. There is no way to cut it right where the good meets the bad. To get the whole of the bad out in one shot, you have to scoop through all of the bruise and lose some good too. But not God. He took that whole chunk he cut out and formed the whole universe to test the good and the bad, and save the good back to him. So when will the end of the world come and why? Let's look at Matthew 24, verse 15 to 22. Jesus describes the Great Tribulation. Therefore when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, whoever reads, let him understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, let him who is on the housetop not go down to take anything out of his house, and let him who is in the field not go back to get his clothes. But woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing babies in those days. And pray that your flight may not be in winter or on the Sabbath, for then there will be great tribulation, such as has not been since the beginning of the world until this time. No, nor ever shall be, and unless those days were shortened, no flesh would be saved, but for the elect's sake those days will be shortened. The sixth seal. Revelation 6:12-17. And I looked when he opened the sixth seal, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became like blood, and the stars of heaven fell to the earth, as a fig tree drops its late figs when it is shaken by a mighty wind. Then the sky receded as a scroll when it is rolled up, and every mountain and island was moved out of its place. And the kings of the earth, the great men, the rich men, the commanders, the mighty men, every slave and every free man, hid themselves in the caves and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath has come, and who is able to stand? The redemption of the chosen believers shall come as the earth is destroyed and dissolved by God. Upon that, the good seed shall go back to God as the badness is flushed away forever. And thus is the meaning of life. Although no one will know the true mystery of God, we shall wait and watch until the time of the end.